because there were a few people who weren't able to actually make it here in person today who wanted to view the recording. So first of all, I just want to say thank you. Thanks for being here. I taught this class on Friday at my new yoga studio here in Bloomington. And this yoga self-care has kind of been growing in my heart for a while. And it's an experiment, right? I didn't know how it would go because it's just like a thought that occurred to me. Welcome, Kristen. Oh, Kristen.
Good morning.
My dear, dear sister, Kristen. And Kitty, welcome to you too. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this seed has been growing in my heart, and it was a bit of an experiment because I didn't know exactly how it would go. It feels a little bit like a yoga workshop, but condensed down into an hour time frame. But I felt like self-care is so important. And one of the things that I have learned from, I'm just going to get everybody muted. One of the things I've learned from the Mighty Network is that a lot of times we don't have a full hour for straight up yoga classes. A lot of people like 20 to 30 minutes of movement. But then I thought, what if we did that and added in some other self-care practices to create a more holistic hour-long practice? And I taught this on Friday for the first time, and it went so well at my studio in Bloomington that I immediately came home and was like, I'm going to share this online because I think it will translate really well to this format as well. So a few things you'll need for today are, I keep hearing an echo of myself. Are you guys hearing the echo?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So strange. Could everybody make sure they're muted? That might help it. If it doesn't help it, then I can just try to deal. Oh, good. Okay, good. It seems to be gone. Very good. Okay, so you'll need a few things for today. You'll need a journal, a pen, you'll need a candle and a lighter, your favorite essential oil blend. If you like essential oils, you don't have to use one. And it's not a restorative class. We're actually going to be doing some yoga postures. So if you like, it may be helpful if you have challenges with strength or balance to have a chair nearby, because everything that we do that is going to be more challenging, you'll be able to do if you have a chair. You can sit in the chair and use the chair for balance. So you might want to have that close by as well. Welcome, Katie. I see you. And Natalie, so good to see you too. Hooray, hooray. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of pranayama. So we'll start with the breath, and we'll connect with the breath, and then we'll do a little bit of breath of fire to awaken and warm. And then we're going to move into a chanting of the sound Om. And there's several reasons why we do that. And I won't get into all of that right now. And then we'll do some yoga postures. We'll go into a meditation, have some journaling, and then perhaps an opportunity to share a word at the end. So my vision with this online is in the monthly group with the weekly classes, we'll have more time to share and really get to know each other. And then that sharing time will get a little bit bigger and a little bit more in depth. But I think for today, as we're just getting to know each other, and for the sake of time, we'll just share one word at the very end. So just real briefly here, I'm going to be teaching these classes in Bloomington on Monday mornings at my new yoga studio at 9:30 a.m. So if you're here in Bloomington, you'll be able to take these live in person with me if you wish. And if you're far away, there's a yoga self-care group that starts on Friday, April 1st. And it will be 9:30 a.m. on Friday, so 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. And we'll have an hour-long yoga self-care class. And then on Sundays, once a month, one Sunday a month, you'll get a 2-hour mini retreat online with me. And once a week on Tuesdays, we'll have just like a half an hour long community chat. So there are a couple ways you can be involved with that group. I've just heard, like on the yoga retreat that I just taught in St. Croix, many of you who are on the call today were just there in St. Croix with me. And one of the biggest things, the question that was most commonly asked is, how can we take this retreat feeling home with us and integrate it into our daily life? And I thought about that question a lot. And one of the things that's really helped me is having community like this. So, and also tending to my self-care. So that's another reason. I know the need is out there among us to come together in community in a safe space, do self-care practices, and also tell our stories and give support and receive support. So that's what the yoga self-care group is going to be all about. So, you know, I'll talk a little bit more at the end about that if you want to stick around, but I don't want to take any more of your time talking about that right now. So we'll get started with the class. The first thing is to grab your candle. So grab your candle. And we're going to light the candles. All right, so with the lighting of this candle, you can take a moment to gaze into the flame or even close your eyes. But looking into the flame is actually a yoga practice called Trataka. It's a meditation technique that's used in yoga. So you might just gaze into that flame and allow yourself to become present, focusing on the breath and taking a moment here to ground. And this lighting of the candle also symbolizes, it's a physical outward expression of us moving into sacred space now. So place your candle somewhere where you can see it, where it will be near to you, where you can focus on it. And find a seat that's comfortable for just a brief pranayama practice and meditation. So I recommend sitting your hips up onto something, a bolster, a pillow, and let your hands rest onto your lap, onto your knees, whatever works. Palms facing down is more grounding, palms facing up is more opening and receptive. And let the eyes close. You can also keep the eyes open if you prefer, but if the eyes are open, keep the gaze exceptionally soft. So the whole focus of this spring equinox time is to bear witness to the changing of nature, the changing of the seasons, to allow a time of connection with what is awakening, what is growing within us, to pay honor and attention, and also to tap into that wonder within us of the natural world, this mysterious force that lives in the earth and in the sky that encourages all of the roots to start to dig deeper, for bulbs to push up to the sky from underground. So we connect in that same way with those same mysterious natural forces. And the theme throughout our whole class today will be, what is growing in you? What is awakening? What seeds are beginning to crack open and send out little shoots? And then through our practice, we'll nourish and nurture what is growing in us. So you may now just take a moment to think about or to feel into what is wanting to grow in you. How are you going to focus your precious life force energy in this coming season? And what is the balance of that energy towards self and towards other and towards the divine. So now we've planted these questions like seeds in our consciousness. And return your awareness to your breath. And feel your two sitting bones into your seat, root them down. From that solid foundation, let the spine rise effortlessly up through the crown. Relax behind the eyes, relax the jaw, release the shoulders. And let your breath drop a bit deeper into the body. And let your body drop a bit deeper into the earth. A feeling of comfortable presence arising throughout all the parts of your physical body. Now our consciousness is going to drop into the body, but there's not a heaviness with this. Let your consciousness drift down into the body, your awareness drift down into the body like a feather, how it lands and floats to the earth, and how that feather lands soundlessly, harmlessly, gently into the earth. And that same way, allow your presence to begin to drift down and land into the earth of your body. We'll begin the pranayama practice now, the breath work. We'll begin with simple breath retentions. We're going to hold the breath in on the inhale. I'll guide us through this practice. So go ahead and exhale the breath. And very slowly take a deep, full breath in. You're going to hold this breath at the top. Don't rush it. And only fill so you're comfortably full. Your awareness, you can hold at heart center or between the eyebrows. The body's still. Now you'll exhale that breath through the nose and make the exhale really long. Press all the air out and take a natural breath. Exhaling that breath fully. And a second round. Slowly drink your breath in. We'll hold at the top. And see if you can awaken this feeling of upliftment along the spinal column. As you're holding the breath, the energy is rising along the spine. Exhale through the nose. Press all the air out. Releasing tension as you exhale. Take a natural breath. Exhale fully. Third and final round here, breath retention, Kumbhaka Pranayama. Inhale and hold. Exhale all the breath. All the air out. And take a natural breath. Just noticing as you're breathing what shifted already with the breath, if anything, what shifted in the quality of your attention. Continue to draw your attention inward. Place a hand onto the belly for a breath of fire. Breath of fire is a series of short, sharp exhalations through the nostrils. With the hand on the belly, you'll get some biofeedback. So we're just going to focus on the exhale, and the inhale takes care of itself. We'll inhale halfway to start and begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale fully. Take that slow breath in and hold. Exhale the breath. Feel tension releasing like ice melting in your physical body as you exhale. Natural breath. So you're welcome to keep your hand on your belly or let your hand come down onto the knee. The second round, inhale halfway up. And please begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale fully. With that inhale, holding at the top. Exhaling this time through the emotional body, through the mental body, releasing tensions there. Natural breath. Third and final round, inhale halfway up and begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale to hold. And exhaling through the most subtle level of our being, through our spirit body. And take a natural breath. Connecting with yourself from what you can see, this dense physical body, all the way through what you cannot see, but what you know to be true because you can experience it and feel it. Your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body. And bring the palms together at the heart. This is Anjali Mudra. We'll begin our chanting practice. Now, in person, we can chant together and hear one another's voices, and that is a glory that is almost unspeakable in its power. So for today, though, you'll listen to my voice because group chanting doesn't really work on Zoom. So I'll ask you to tune in to the vibration of your own voice as we chant the sound Om 3 times, beginning with the Ah sound in the heart, the U sound moving through the throat, and the ending in the mind and the third eye. So using our Oms today as a way to unite and harmonize heart and mind together. Let's exhale the breath. And take a deep breath in. Oh. Oh. And the fourth one you'll hear silently, feeling the vibration inside. Allowing this present moment to encapsulate you, soaking up the radiance that lies within your newly open heart. Okay, let your eyes open. All right, we'll come onto the yoga mat now. So I'm going to move over to my mat. This is a good time to start your music if you brought a playlist that you like or some soft music that you like. You want to have your props close by. And we're going to begin in Tadasana. So you'll just come to standing on your mat. Good. So let's take a moment here to spread the toes nice and wide and reconnect with a sense of grounding, reconnect with that feeling of this magic that is unseen happening in the earth right now, waking everything up. So send your roots down through the feet. You may close the eyes. You may have the eyes open. Reconnect with your breath. And we're bringing with us all of this presence from the meditation, from the breathing, from the chanting practice, now into our movement practice. So we'll move in a way that helps us stay connected very deeply with ourselves. So putting the roots down into the earth. And as you do, send the attention down, let that rebound and come all the way up through the spine, right up through the crown of the head. So hands just relax at the sides. And now we're feeling that rootedness like a tree or like a mountain, but also feeling that upliftment, like that magic that's unseen in the natural world of that lifting up towards the strengthening light these days. Like a plant that's just stretching, but rooted and getting nourishment from the earth. Good. Let's send the arms up overhead. Bring the palms together and look to the thumbs just for a moment. Now let your tailbone drop and get really heavy. We're going to start to come back. I want you to be really, really careful of your lower back. So you might come back just a little bit, lift from the belly button, feel the heart and chest open. You might come back a little further, pressing the hips forward, but only if that feels really good. Take a few breaths into this front body. But we want to use that deep core to lift the ribs up out of the pelvis so we're not just crunching the lower back. And then come back to center. Keep the gaze up. Spread the hands wide into a V. Look up. Spread the fingers. Squeeze the muscles around the arms. Take another breath in, Prana Mudra. Exhale, palms touch overhead and bring this down, like you're bringing this energy down through the crown, and the head's going to follow as we melt into a forward fold. And once you get down here, take your feet wide out to the edges of your mat or as wide as your hips. Hands can be on the floor or hands can tuck into opposite elbows. Let your head hang and just make this your own now. Awakening this back body, bending the knees one at a time or both together. Let your torso sway, letting your head sway a bit. Let your neck be totally relaxed, the weight of your head like a bowling ball, helping you to release the spine. You might even, if you need a little more, you might even reach your hands behind the legs and give yourself a little squeeze in, shift the weight forward into the ball of the foot. Really just take what you need here. Good. Now, hands come down onto the floor, heel toe the feet together. So feet come together, bend the knees deeply. We're on our way to chair pose. So here first, though, we're nice and deep. We've got the chest and the thighs touching, and you can actually have your butt back onto a chair. You actually can sit into a chair for this if you wish. Now, slowly let the arms start to rise up. And in this same way, like the plants that are rising out of the earth, we're just going to feel our rootedness and our grounding, peel ourselves up and away from the earth. Hands are shoulder distance apart, and then feel if there's a sway in the back. I'm showing that right now. We want to lessen that. Tuck those front ribs in. Use your core strength. Good. And last breath or so here. Squeeze the palms together. Take one more inhale. Good. Exhale, fold forward and down. Heel toe the feet nice and wide again. And return to this ragdoll. So sway the torso and release any tension. So we can begin to feel the heat and the strength that that chair pose creates. It's good. It helps to open up the chest, helps our heart to expand. It also awakens that inner fire to help burn away stagnation from the winter time. All right, come back to center, knees bend a lot. We're gonna roll up the spine. So one breath, roll up, come on up. Good, step the feet together. We'll flow with this just a little bit. Inhale, the arms come up. And if you want, you can take that little bitty baby back bend. Exhale, down into chair pose, right? Good, take a breath in. And then exhale, send your right hand back and take a twisted chair. Inhale here and exhale, right arm sweeps forward. Keep shifting the weight into the heels. Inhale, left arm sweeps back, twisting open in the other direction. And exhale, back to center. Good. To the right again. Inhale, hand sweeps back. Exhale, it sweeps forward. Left side, inhale back. Exhale forward, mind that sway in the back. Keep your front ribs knitted. Last one, right hand goes back. Exhale it forward. Last time, left hand back. And exhale forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Find that back bend, just a little baby one, and exhale, fold forward and down. Heels come a little bit wider, feet are under the hips now. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, pulls deeper into the hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift, maybe hands are on shins. Exhale, pulse deep. Let it all go. One more, inhale up halfway. And exhale, release down. Good. Coming halfway, feet come together again. We're gonna come into chair, just one more. Fingertips come forward. Good. Now bring your right hand to your hip. Revolve chair. Exhale the left hand either to the outside of the knee, right hand onto sacrum. This is a really good place to be. You can do your revolve chair here. If you find your elbow is close to the knee, then you can take prayer twist. Good. So this prayer twist is helping with that heat to activate the core, but now also this wringing out action, really helping release any stagnation, like I said, from the winter time. One more breath. If you can, keep your hips low as you release. Send the arms up. Exhale, left hand to the hip. Take one more inhale, lengthening through the spine. Then exhale the wrist to the outside of the knee, hand to sacrum. Or if you can, right elbow to the outside of the knee, prayer twist. As you're breathing, try to lengthen the crown of the head and the tailbone away from each other. One more full breath. Good, release. One last time, peel up, nice and slow. Feel that burning in the thighs, feel that strength of your legs. Good, now press to standing and shake that out. I'm breathing hard. Maybe you are too. Okay, feet together. Inhale, arms come up. Grab onto this right wrist here. We're gonna go into a side bend, go straight up first, then lean to the left. Press your right foot down into the floor. And now we're stretching that whole area out. So breathe all along the side body. Feeling that wonderful warmth and vitality in the system. Next, inhale, come up through center. Exhale, switch the grip of your hands. With your inhale, go straight up again. This is so we're not crunching the lower back. As you lean to the side, pressing down into that left foot, we're not just crunching into the lower back, but we're trying to go as long as we can. Then we lean with that core activation, lifting the spine up to protect that lower back as we go. Nice, back to center. Very good. Release your hands to your hips. We'll do a couple standing balances. If you need to move to a wall, you're welcome to get that support. All right, weight into the left toes and spread them nice and wide. Cross your right ankle first above the knee. So we'll come into a standing pigeon, palms come to the heart. This will just help us open up the hip. Start to sit back into an imaginary chair. Focus your gaze. Breathe here. Good, now keep your ankle crossed as is. Straighten the standing leg a bit. Send the arms out to the side. So we have the right leg crossed, which means the right arm will come forward first, left arm on top as we're on our way to eagle. Elbows are stacked, then bend at the elbow. You can sit down here, or if you like, bring your thighs together and tuck your toes behind the standing leg. Try to keep the shoulders over the hips. Focus your gaze. Garudasana, eagle pose. Good, we'll exhale, slowly unwind everything. Whew, and shake it out. Good, now right toes spread, and that becomes our standing leg. Left ankle crosses, standing pigeon first. Make sure this foot stays firmly flexed, palms to heart. Sit back into that left hip. Breathe into left hip here. Good. And as we come up, keep your ankle crossed, send your arms out. So we have left leg crossed. That means left arm comes forward first, right arm stacks on top. Elbows bend. Either keep the same leg position or wrap thighs and tuck toes behind and sit down. So these standing balances create this concentration. And this really helps to cultivate within us a steadiness within change. I mean, in this world these days, not only is it springtime, but there are also really intense changes happening on many levels, individually, societally, cosmically. Okay, let's release. So I've included a couple standing balances for this purpose to help us learn how to find center, how to hold center. Another one, tree pose, not so difficult. Left toes spread, right foot comes into position, maybe toes stay on the floor, maybe foot comes to the calf, maybe heel to groin, palms to heart, gaze focused, and let there be a softness in your eyes. Let there be a sweetness on your lips, a little bit of a soft smile. Grow your tree nice and tall. And then if you're feeling adventurous today, just to challenge ourselves, let your tree start to sway a bit in the wind. Just to challenge our ability to find our rootedness, our steadiness amidst the winds of change. I know it's a metaphor, but it really does apply. It is something that we can cultivate through this external expression of it, and it happens then on the inner. Come back to center, palms touch. And as you exhale, hands move down through the heart and the hips. The leg releases. Give it a shake. Right toes land onto the mat with purpose. Left foot comes into position. This side may be the same. It may be different. And we'll go through that same process. A little different modification on this side though. Send the arms up. Now bend at the elbows. Let the elbows bend down to about shoulder height, almost, and have a sense of lifting your heart up. Imagine that you're holding the earth in your hands here. And whatever prayers you have for peace, for this planet, for healing, for this planet, for balance, for harmony, letting all that arise and just sending that out into this earth that you're holding up. It can be difficult to imagine that we're that powerful, that our intentions can hold up the earth, but collectively, it's absolutely true. Individually, it's absolutely true. As you exhale, hands back to heart center and land your foot onto the ground, you can feel those intentions that you have ripple outwards, and they travel unknown, invisible pathways. We don't always know the effect that we have. Okay, from here, you'll make yourself comfortable for meditation. It's a guided meditation. You might want to lie down. You might want to sit up. It depends on what you'd like. Before you do that, though, this is the perfect time to apply your essential oil. I have Rose here with me because Rose is my favorite. So you can take that oil onto the fingers and cup it in front of the nose. Then you may anoint yourself behind the ears, maybe the third eye or the heart. Okay. And settle in. Oh, it's so sweet to see you all rubbing and touching your skin. I love it. Great. So settle into your posture, whether that's seated or lying down. We're landing back down onto the earth, but bringing to the earth this sense of vitality and strength, connection, presence that we've cultivated through our practices so far. Begin to focus in on your breath. Feeling the breath rising and falling. And in this moment, however you're feeling, just begin to let yourself soften. Soften as if life is stroking you, caressing you. And you can take a deep, beautiful breath in. And on the out breath, let go of tension. Let go of holding, just let go. On every in-breath, allow yourself to receive vitality. Receive vitality to increase your awareness of the physical sensations throughout your body. And on every breath out, just let go. So inhaling this sense of connection with your vital essence, feeling this arising through sensations in the physical body. And with every exhalation, letting go on all levels. This moment is for you. This moment is a gift that you are giving yourself to put your presence and your awareness towards that which you wish to grow. Now turning your attention inward to the place where you feel most connected to yourself, where you are most present in yourself. It might be in your core, in your heart, in your belly, your chest, your thighs, your hands. Just track in your awareness where it is within where you can connect more deeply. And in the place, wherever that is, just feel for what it is that you long to nourish. Self-acceptance, tenderness, reverence for your own soul, confidence, whatever it is that you wish to resource, to nourish, to water with your attention. Let that awareness arise now. Let yourself feel the sensation of it. Now allow the entire surface area of your body, your skin, to become porous and to begin to allow nature to come in and nourish you. You may imagine warm sunlight on your skin, allowing the cells of your body to bring that in. The sounds of water, bird song, the fragrance of the natural world. Allowing all of this to enter in and nourish you in some deep way. And as the days start to get longer, as the light starts to come back, we can draw that light consciously into our core, in the place where we are nourishing some seed, some newness. So now feel what it's like on the in-breath to literally draw light from the outside, from the natural world. Draw light, draw encouragement, draw intimacy into that place where you are growing this deeper connection with yourself. Every in-breath, more light. Every in-breath, more presence. Every in-breath, a return to yourself and a nourishment of whatever is growing. feeling how you can open and let nature in. The prana of air, the prana of sun, the prana of earth. Allow yourself to be supported and nourished and nurtured by the same forces that are deep underground, allowing roots to spread and bulbs to push up to the light. As you move into this spring season, knowing that you are completely supported. And the good medicine is turning your attention inward and nurturing what is ready to grow within you. Now let your breath deepen a bit here. And as your breath strengthens, externalize your awareness, bring your mind out a bit. Feel your fingers, feel your toes. And then as you're ready, letting the eyes softly open. And coming back. So if you're lying down, you'll roll slowly to one side. Take your time. Don't let me rush you. And you'll find your seat. So we'll move into a few moments to journal our experience. I have a couple prompts for us here. All right. So journals are ready, pens in hand. Let's just take a moment first to bring a hand to the heart. Close the eyes. And there's a gesture here of kindness and affection for ourselves as we connect with the breath. So our journaling is a fast write, which doesn't mean we scribble and write as fast as we can. A fast write just means we're fast enough that the inner critic can't catch us. So it's free flow consciousness, no need to use proper grammar or punctuation or any of that. And here are your prompts. What is longing to grow in you? And where is that rooted in your body? What is longing to grow in you? And where is that rooted in your body? Where do you feel it in your body? So we'll take a couple minutes to write. I'll let you know when there's a minute or so left. What is longing to grow in you? And where is that rooted in your body? We'll take about a minute more. And wrapping up your final thought there, please. And we'll lie down when you're ready for our integration, for a final relaxation. Shavasana. And take whatever you need to get comfortable. So now here, as we come into the stillness of integration, taking what you've learned, taking what has been revealed to you, and with that same feeling of allowing the surface area of your body to become porous, allowing a sense of lightness, of spaciousness between the cells of your body as you rest. And let go of all doing. Beyond mind, allow this learning to enter in at the cellular level of your body. There's nothing you need to do with it for now. But let the truth of it, the aliveness of it, the consciousness integrate into this body. And we don't make that happen. It happens naturally when we surrender, when we open to the grace that's holding us, to the love that's holding us. Feeling the support and nourishment of the earth beneath you. Imagine the earth like a mother, the earth reaching up to hold your body with a tenderness, just how a mother holds her baby, her child, her beloved. Let the trees bathe your breath. Let the meadows embrace you. Let the mountains and the bees remind you. Let the sky flood in and allow the clouds to guide you. Let your undoing be as total as your becoming is beautiful. Let your undoing be as total as your becoming is beautiful. And when the living world has climbed inside you, enough for you to feel 4 legs, scales, and wings, may you finally know yourself alive as all things, indivisible and responsible, reborn into wholeness, natural, sacred, and wild. And now, breathing deeply, feeling this breath move through the body from the central part out, feeling an aliveness and a vitality, a nurturing and a support throughout all the parts of your being. Let the fingers wiggle and the toes, waking this body up, the arms and the legs. And you can either hug the knees into the chest or stretch the arms overhead. Take a deep breath here. And you'll take your time, roll to one side, pausing there. Connecting with a softness in the belly, connecting with an ease in the breath, and connecting once again with that which is growing within you. And let that feeling get really big as you can feel it. Let it expand. And feel it reaching out into all the parts of your life, the inner parts and the outer parts. Noticing what changes occur and what stays the same. And then slowly find your way to your seat. We'll have just a few minutes more for meditation. You know, as I explained, self-care is not a trip to the spa, right? Self-care is taking responsibility for our wellness so that we can show up for our community, so that we can show up for the world in really bright, positive, loving, compassionate ways. So as we close the eyes here, Noting this feeling that you have, and send it out. Send it out into the world as a prayer for peace, as a prayer for healing, as a prayer for whatever is alive in you, what it is that you have to share. Send it to a group of people, send it to one person, send it to the earth, send it to whomever, whatever, but share it, give it away freely. Send it out and feel the blessing of this. The blessing for all of creation. And let the beauty of this really pierce your heart, open your heart. The power of our collective prayer for the good to rise up. And then we let it go. So take a deep breath and let it go in perfect trust. It's in the hands of the divine. It's in the heart of love. And as you feel ready, letting your eyes open. And just come back to this space here